What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, all right? Here we are at about $2.52, 53 cents, whatever. Somewhere in that zone. Looking at this thing on a 4-hour basis, we are looking rather sad, to say the least, right? This is a pretty pronounced downtrend. Things like this can't last forever because, again, you can't go below the zero. You could go lower still, but looking at the RSI and where it likes to find support, at least relatively speaking, I doubt you go too much lower. This next dip, if at all, a dip at all, would likely be your last. You don't have to go lower than this low. You could find a higher low here and get some bullish divergence going. I think that'd be really nice. Let's see if we could actually do that. Yeah, if you get a close on a 4-hour basis below $2.5115, if you close below that, then yeah, you're going to get some bullish divergence. If you not only close a candle below this, but then you see a green candle on the next one, that would likely signal that you're bouncing. And we could expect prices higher than this probably over the coming days, even by the end of this week. Genuinely, actually running with that thought here, just looking at where you are in the price, it seems as though you're getting higher lows here, right? You might get a little bit of a lower low right here, and that's okay, bullish divergence and all that. If you were to move up, each time that you move up, if we look at it, you move up pretty fast. You're moving up pretty fast. I would think this trajectory is pretty slow, right? That's slow in itself, and that puts you at new highs relative to this before the end of the week. The end of the week is all the way right here. That's the beginning candle of Monday right there. So you could definitely be above these prices by the end of the week. What price would I think that you're at by the end of the week? Let's see. High to low. As long as you don't go below this low, I would think somewhere around 294 to $3.08. And if you're not there by the end of this week, you'll at least be heading there. And I would expect that you are above this high. I personally do expect that. Yeah, I like where you are at the 4-hour, man. Daily RSI. Daily RSI looks a little bit gross, gotta say. Looks like it wants to go to the downside some more. Rejecting off of the 60 is not a good look. So what you want to do now is find support on the 40. This would suggest that you go a little bit lower today, and maybe you do. So maybe you don't bounce today. Maybe you get a close down today. You don't have to bounce at the 40. You don't have to go all the way down here and find support there. You can find support above it too. That's fine. You could close today green and find support above it. That's fine. But the way the daily RSI looks, I would think you go lower. The way the 4-hour RSI looks, I would think you go lower. So maybe by the end of today, you are closing prices below here, or you've at least closed a 4-hour candle or two below here, and then you're coming back up. And then going into tomorrow, tomorrow is Thursday, so I think Thursday, Friday, maybe even by the end of today, Wednesday, I would expect you to see some recovery that starts to look like a breakout of this kind of relative phase of consolidation here. So this will happen over the coming days, over the next, I think, within the next 3 days. If not, it could happen today or tomorrow. What I'm talking about is that it will be noticeable that you're breaking out of this range. Okay, so over the next 3 days, it'll be noticeable. You'll have broken out of this range essentially, which would validate the idea that I was just saying, that you will see prices above this high by the end of the week. If not by the end of the week, very, very early next week, right? I think you're getting set up for your next move. It seems apparent. You've got your fake little diagonal line finding support here. Looks nice on the price perspective. Really, you're finding support here on a horizontal perspective at previous areas of resistance, finding support there, so that looks nice. What about the 1-hour time frame? We haven't looked at that. The 1-hour looks like it wants to go lower too, right? Higher highs here, lower highs in the price. It's hidden bearish divergence. Absolutely, I think you go lower from here. But the day could definitely close green still. I don't expect it to. I think today will close red, but then tomorrow closes green, but time will tell. Let's look at the weekly time frame and wrap this video up, okay? I feel like we've done the short term enough. Looking at the weekly RSI, I think it's fine what you're doing. It's kind of weird, I'm not going to lie, whenever you bounce off the 60 and then you just reject down like this, but this rejection, it's only momentary. If this week closes red, you do have not a rejection, but a little pivot in your RSI, which would not be encouraging. Generally speaking, when you bounce off the 60, you want that continuation into the overbought zone. You don't want to give it up immediately. That could imply further lows to go. And if you look at this thing, higher low wise, you could definitely go lower, I think. Let's see. From that low there to that low. Yeah, you could definitely go lower and still be fine. But if you want to avoid that and you want to just go up from here, close this week green, because if you do, this this point down will actually not be a point down. It'll be a point up. It's only down as long as this week is red. So if XRP in the next 4 days and 19 hours can close this week green, that would be very nice. That'd be a positive thing in the weekly RSI, to say the least. And then also, of course, positive for all the reasons that we identified before as well, right? Getting above this, suggesting that you're at your low, getting ready to break out of this and all that stuff. Let's talk about that. What happens whenever you break out of this consolidation phase and you go to the high? What happens then? If we look at the relative high from the last bull cycle in April 2021 to the relative low of the bear cycle in June of 2022, you've been consolidating between your 1272 and your 100 for the past couple months. That's very, very bullish phase consolidation, my friends. It's very bullish anytime. I don't care if you reject the 1618, the 1272, whatever. It's bullish anytime that you find support at the 100 level. It's very, very, very bullish, okay? Even more so, I would say, right? Whenever you're at this level, at the lowest potential price target, you would have more of a chance, I would say, to go lower instead of finding support at the 100. Finding resistance at the golden ratio, okay, it would make more sense that you find support at the 100. But when you're at the 1217, you're consolidating this tight, that tells me that you're going to rip at least at a minimum to your golden ratio, but likely you're going to go through it. Oftentimes, in scenarios like this, the minimum target would be the golden ratio, and oftentimes enough, you do go through it. The next target area is the 1886 to the 200 area. Those targets are anywhere from $6.54 to $11, or just below $11, to about just over $13. I personally anticipate that this $6.41 target shouldn't. It's not that it shouldn't be considered, but it might not be necessary. I think that the actual minimum target should be considered as $8.37. I truly do believe that XRP, by the end of this next move, by the end of March, if not very early April, will be worth prices that are above $8.37. If not as high as something that's at about $13.50, $13 itself, something in that area. I'm looking for something closer to $10, $11, something like that personally, but 837 is the minimum target. You're at 252.5 right now. I think I've said everything that I need to say. You're probably going to go down a little bit lower today. Look at that, man. 9 days, 19 hours left in this month. You're down 16%, sure, but that is a hell of a wick, you guys. That's a hell of a wick right there. And what you did was you back tested last cycle's highs, right? You broke in this move. Let me explain what you did, right? You broke out of your consolidation phase, whatever. Broke out of it. Broke above last cycle's highs. Just, I don't even know how to describe it, man. Just in a very powerful way. You broke above these highs. You fell back and you found support. From a structural standpoint, you guys, this is perfect. This is exactly what you want to see when it comes to finding new highs, when it comes to exploring higher targets. So it's a very good look. There's no doubt in my mind XRP is going to shock the world, that it's going to be phenomenal over this next month, over the next coming months. It just starts, it starts here. It'll start probably this week. And then definitely by the end of the month, I would expect that it'll be more obvious. But by the end of this week, whenever we're above this high, people will start talking about new all-time highs. When we're at the end of the month and we're either at this high or at new highs, people will start talking about $10. You'll see it become a normal thing in this space. And if not, at least $6 or $8, but we'll see. Anyways, I got nothing else to say. I'm just rambling at this point. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy. Bye.